My first guest is a multi-hyphenate, like so many people these days. But the difference is he's incredibly good at all the things he hyphenates. From creating, writing, and producing television shows like his anime-inspired comedy series Neo Yokio on Netflix, to hosting radio talk shows like Time Crisis on Apple Music, to writing music, playing music, and singing music, as he does fronting the Grammy Award-winning band Vampire Weekend. Raise a glass of horchata for Ezra Koenig!
I see him coming, babe. I see him coming. It's Ezra Koenig, babe. I see him coming. I see him coming, babe.
Yes!
I see him coming. It's Ezra Koenig, babe.
Yeah. Okay,
Very
we got there.
Thank you.
Maybe our guests should walk slower in the future. There's not enough runway. Here, we need more runway. Thanks for coming, man.
Oh,
This
thanks
is
for
great.
having me.
I got to get something out of the way at the gate. I want to make something very clear. I hope it doesn't affect the tenor of our conversation tonight.
Uh-oh.
But in the interest of full disclosure, I actually do give a fuck about the Oxford comma.
Oh.
Yeah. We're not going to have an issue there, are we? Is it okay?
People seem to feel more strongly about it now than they did in 2008.
I'm a strict adherent.
But
strict adherent.
I still think all these years later, we're the only band that has a song about Oxford commas, let alone called Oxford commas.
Mm-hmm.
So there was like a lawsuit in Maine that hinged on an Oxford comma.
What?
I know this because in the Guardian article about it, there was a picture of Vampire Weekend. So every time there's like Oxford comma news, somebody like tweets it at me or it comes up. It was something about like, this is deeply uninteresting, but it was like a, it was
That's the theme of the show.
well, it
Ezra.
was, well, actually,
Run into
maybe
Rogowsky.
it is interesting. I just don't know the story well enough to tell it well. It was something about like a labor dispute with a trucking company, and maybe there was somebody who was suing the bosses on behalf of the workers, and it involved the way that their job was defined in the contract, and it involved comma placement.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a very important function. It separates that the penultimate word.
I know.
Got my Paul Schaefer here tonight.
But the example
Feel free.
the examples people always give to say why you need it
Yeah.
are always like so insane. Because you always see it like on like somebody like post a Facebook thing like a dedication in a book like to my parents Hitler and Gandhi. Are your parents Hitler and Gandhi or is that three? It's
Right.
so it's never, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was Dad's birth name actually. He changed it for show business, but it was Hitler and
Hitler and Gandhi. It's like or like there's the one you always see where
He
it
wanted to
says-
sound less Jewish.
This is not an Oxford comma one, but it's another comma thing people always say with let's eat grandma versus let's eat grandma.
Right, that's the
like,
one.
That's like a classic one that
Let's
you
eat
see.
grandma.
It just leaves me cold. I just can't imagine.
A world where people eat grandmas. Because that's what you're implying is that someone can misinterpret it as, let's eat grandma?
Well, that's the whole thing that they're trying to say.
Right. But you're saying, yeah, I get it.
See, I believe in people.
Yeah.
I think people will figure it out.
Right. You have faith there's
Yeah.
no chance anyone can mistake that for cannibalism. Ancestral cannibalism.
Yeah, exactly.
Nonetheless. Our keyboardist Jake here, you've been saying that you could always improve Vampire Weekend songs, right?
I wasn't saying I can improve it. I just
He's been going on about it.
I had an idea. I was thinking why Ezra, why you didn't do why didn't you musicify the comma and do something like, who gives a fuck about an Oxford comma?
Ah, okay.
It's not as catchy, but
Maybe something for the live show or something.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I liked it.
it's another lawsuit. But it's
Another lawsuit. ASCAP. Can we talk about so much going on, but I think we should talk about Cardi B's new album.
Oh, Cardi. Yeah. Okay.
How do you feel about it? I mean,
Well,
you're a fan.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Also, my family's from the Bronx, so we support the Yankees,
Hey.
Cardi B.
I went to high school in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Riverdale.
No, she's a real
Riverdale.
New Yorker.
Still. Horace man, but still.
That's
Perhaps
part of the Bronx.
It's in the Bronx.
It is in the Bronx.
from the motherfucking Bronx.
That's right. No, she's great, and she's probably like the most like New York person to like
Yeah.
be doing something on a global level in years.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, Bronx, the Bronx aspect, she really brings it home, I think. You know, I mean, because there have been New Yorkers. I mean, Jay-Z's been around.
Yeah, no, but he's been around for like 20 plus years.
Yeah.
No, remember there's a time, I don't know what kind of stuff we should be talking about, actually. I was about to go into this whole thing. Remember like 5 or 6 years ago, everybody was like, New York rap is dead.
Oh, okay. So
because, you know, Atlanta is kind of now the capital
true.
of rap, you know, and to be fair, amazing stuff comes out. But that was sad when people were saying that New York rap was dead.
And she's
and
bringing
now
it
we
back.
got one of the biggest rappers in the world.
That's right.
Comes from New York City.
Have you met her?
No, once she Instagrammed a meme.
Oh, I know.
Where I'm going like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
This, it's my one Cardi B story.
So many questions. I guess the first one was, how did you become a me?
Well,
Or did she make this?
no, she. Is there anything she can't do? She photoshopped it.
She could.
Well, I vaguely remember when the picture was taken, which I believe was like Van Perrigan was in France doing press. We were like this hotel in Paris, and I just remember the guy being like, "You want to go like this?" And I was like, "All right." So I did that, and then, but you know that would have been a single. So then somebody on the internet must have put the mirror image, and then it's. I also find like it's such like a B- meme too.
Yeah.
It's because. But
Use this on her Instagram page. Like
I know,
millions of
but that's
followers.
cool. But it's at this point, it was like an old meme by the time she used it. But I also. Is my look really communicating the caption?
Right.
I just,
I mean, you don't have any sauce on your face, like after taking the sample. You know, there should be some like food remnants, I think. That
well,
would
yeah,
help.
you know, it's like the memes went, like those memes are just like that picture of Robert Downey Jr. rolling his eyes, and I was looking at, well, what was it? We recently, I was just like looking up like workplace memes for a group text that I was on, and then you would find all these ones
What's
about.
this workplace you're at?
It was the guy Seinfeld 2000 who works on Time Crisis, and he was coming from his other job, and he was like, "Sorry, I'm gonna."
2000.
Yeah, so Seinfeld was coming through, and he said that I'm gonna be late because my boss called a last-minute meeting. So I just looked up meeting memes, and they're all just like terrible. It's like all the stuff you see over and over again. Robert Downey Jr. go like this, and then the caption is, "When your boss schedules a meeting at the end of the day." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
that one.
or.
Iron Man.
I like memes where there's some intertextuality, where there's some things that play. I don't like these one. Well, this is also a classic one that I remember. That this is when I knew that memes are just so big that there was so much trash out there. And it was an image of Jonah Hill from Superbad, and it was him. It was a couple panels, and it was him looking towards somebody, and then meeting their gaze. And then going like this, like pretending, getting caught looking at somebody.
Sure.
And then the caption was, when you're looking at somebody, and then they look back at you, and then you have to pretend that you weren't looking at them. And they posted that, and then I remember somebody writing in the comments, that's what was happening in the scene in the movie. You're just describing a scene in a movie. There's, it's. And that's what I mean.
It's closed captioning.
I mean,
for the meme.
that's like an F meme. This is maybe like B-, but we all know what really good memes are.
Oh yeah, and now I'm sure at your alma mater, for example, you can study the semiotics of memes, and this could be like a PhD.
I mean, the word meme came from academia.
Came from that academia.
Yeah.
Dad, you got some hot memes, some dank memes to report on this week.
No, I think after doing the show for you for a while, did I get any memes? You would tell me. Right?
Are there Marty memes out there? # Marty memes? I think we should make some.
You gotta make some.
Oh, well, I can.
Not tonight. Oh.
Let's get a Marty meme going. Well, Ezra, can we recreate, Ezra, the chin scratch? Hold on. Yeah, look off. Meet my island over here a little more. Ezra, over here a little bit. Look over here.
The dead eyes is...
Look over here. Look over here a little bit. There you go. There you go. Talking hand. Perfect. We got it. All right. # Marty memes.
Oh boy, I'm famous.
Well,
Not exactly.
don't push it. You did have more Twitter followers than me at one point.
I did. I had 10,000 Twitter followers.
Yeah, because I bought him 10,000 Twitter followers for Father's Day several years ago. $72.
I'll take him any way I can.
Cheaper than a tie. So you're a fan of hip hop. You're working with Kanye. You're collaborating with Kanye.
Well, I don't want to overstate the case. I was in the, as most musicians, I was once in the studio with Kanye.
Yes, most musicians, right.
But that's what's cool about him. Is
Yeah.
he casts a very wide net, and he's interested in people working together. And yeah, it was interesting.
You following his Twitter lately?
I saw some of it. I've seen it like kind of decontextualized.
Uh-huh.
What's the latest?
Something about practicing pure love, I think. It's nice.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah. It's like being authentic, and I don't know what what's he like in person? I mean, talking to him, does he talk like he tweets?
He's like a very sweet person, but I mean, I think he's a multifaceted individual. I don't know. he's like a very nice guy. He's and I think everybody knows that, whether or not you're a fan. That the kind of arrogant, bombastic side. Clearly, that's not his only side.
Yeah.
He was even he's shy at times. He's just a normal person.
I saw him at the Regal Cinemas in Union Square once, just riding up the escalator. Just going to a movie. He's like, fuck yeah, Kanye.
Yeah.
I think it was like Meet the Millers. What if it was some really obscure, just bizarre Cedar Rapids? Remember that? That's a movie, right?
That was a good movie.
Was it? Hall Pass. Kanye was seeing Hall Pass. All right, let's move on. How about Fish? Are you a fan of the Fishy Fish? I know that your drummer Chris Thompson is.
Oh yeah, Chris is a big fan. He's seen a lot of shows. I know you are.
Yeah.
You're a Fish head.
Yeah.
I'm not a Fish head, but I've been trying to get a little deeper.
Yeah.
I'm a Grateful Dead guy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, come on, we can.
Thanks.
So Grateful Dead, not Fish. You draw the line somewhere.
It's not. They're just so different.
Yeah,
but I'm
they are
starting to
different.
appreciate Fish more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris get you into it?
He's the only person I know who's like a big fan. So
Yeah.
he's showing me
doing
some
his
songs
part.
and
He's
stuff.
doing his
Yeah,
part. All right, I'll work on it too. By the way, you're like a New Yorker. We talked about, Cardi represent New York. You represent New York. I always thought of New York, but now you've been at LA for over a year?
Yeah,
How
yeah, I
long?
mean even longer.
Longer than a year?
Well,
And are you
no.
going back to New York? What's happening?
I
You
go
live
to
in New York, man.
I go back to New York sometimes, and I still feel connected to it. But yeah, all the music stuff's out here now.
all
LA's kind
happening?
of the music city.
But do they have Entenmann's out here?
No, wait, what was the thing I found out they don't really have out here?
No Entenmann's? Pop'ems?
Oh, yeah. Well, I liked Entenmann. I grew up near an Entenmann's outlet.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny that they have it
Yeah,
because
Hostess outlets. They got them. Wonder Bread outlets.
I know because normally most places they associate outlets with clothes or something that's non-perishable.
Right.
But you could buy the old
There's-
Entenmann's.
How is that even? When it gets too late at the grocery store
Yeah.
to buy at the grocery store, they take off the shelves and bring it to the outlet stores.
Yeah.
And then people are willing to pay pennies on the dollar for stale
Yeah.
bread.
Oh, I don't think they have Stella D'Oro out here, do they?
Probably not. I used to
Right.
smell the Stella D'Oro factory.
They do?
Near,
Oh, all right.
all right, they got it all now.
Gotta go to a little import store.
You were out here though for a good reason. You were working on television
Oh yeah, and music.
and
yeah,
music.
but both. Yeah.
Yeah, but you were able to being here enabled you to make Neo Yokio. Would you say that's possible?
Yeah. Well, the part we did here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neo Yokio, animated. Am I saying that? I'm saying it right.
No, yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
You laughed. Neo Yokio.
No, Neo Yokio. That's right.
Neo Yokio.
Yeah.
It's an anime-inspired comedy show
Yeah.
with crazy names. Jaden Smith playing the
Yeah.
lead role. Jude Law, Susan Sarandon.
Yep.
It's incredible. You corralled these all together. You created the show,
Yeah.
produced it. Are we looking forward to a season 2 now?
We're working on something.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have time for a season 2, but there's gonna be something this year. Yeah.
Kaz is going to stick around?
Oh yeah, he's gonna stick around.
Okay.
Yeah, I love working with Jaden. He's the best.
I mean, come on. Explain him to me and my dad.
Explain him?
Yeah. James, another guy I can't quite figure out.
Oh, you can't figure him out.
Well, I don't know him personally the way you do, but you see him dressing up like Batman, and it's like, is he okay? Is he all right?
Oh yeah, he's all right. I mean,
Is
he
he a performance artist? Tree?
there's elements of that. I mean, he definitely thinks he's definitely on a higher plane of consciousness.
Yeah.
He is like kind of like a spiritual person in a lot of ways, but also he is just like. Well, obviously, what's the worst thing that people think about the child of big celebrities is that they would be arrogant, bratty, whatever. Truly, the most polite person. And I noticed this every time he would come over to the animation studio to work. Whoever was, whatever guy was manning Pro Tools that day or whatever, he'd always introduce himself. And I just realized not everybody does that. And when he left the room, he'd always say goodbye to everybody. And he was just like so nice and hardworking. And now I think finally people are starting to take him seriously as a rapper, which I'm very happy about.
And Vampire Weekend, man, new album. I'm hearing soon.
Yeah, we're so close.
Oh.
It's been a long time. Oh, thanks. It's funny because it's gonna be 5 years in between the albums, which seems insane.
Right.
But then when you really like break it down, you put out an album in 2013 was our last one, Modern Vampires, and it then you got to tour it and you got to do all the promotional stuff, and so that's like roughly 2 years goes by. Then it's like 2015, and then you wanted to take a break because like all 3 albums like crazy. So then take a year, have fun, do Neo Yokio, chill, and then start working on it, and takes us a long time. And then next thing you know, it's 5 years. It's insane.
Insane, but it's coming out soon. Can't wait for it. Mitsubishi Macchiato. Yes, congratulations on finishing up
Thanks.
the album.
Thanks. I hope everybody likes it.
I heard it. Is Mitsubishi Macchiato still the title?
Well, that's the working title.
Working title.
Because I think you need organizing principles when you're working on a project. So sometimes it's helpful to have like a name to.
Mitsubishi Macchiato.
Yeah. They're two.
Beats Oldsmobile Frappuccino.
Oh yeah. No, they're two exciting things. And in a weird, it makes a lot of sense to me when you hear that.
All right. It makes sense. And we're going to hear from you later. You're going to come back out at the end of the show and play some songs.
Well, you told me there's a stage. Why not play
Please.
a little
Yes, we're
music?
going to hear from Ezra later. But Ezra Koenig, how about it?
All right. Thank you.